Okay. We'll see what happens here. Um, let's see. Hey, Clyde, how you doing? Um, I I saw something today, and I thought, well, this might be a real opportunity, and that is they're experiencing a bear market. There are some real trade problems. Hi, Eddie. Hi, Tree. That have come up, and uh, about, oh man, 45% of the watch business is goes to China. Hi, Jack. And so, what happened during the last Asian crisis? Hey, DG, was that the prices? There were all of these watches that suddenly became available. And Rich and Eddie, how you doing? Playing is in a concert in 15 minutes. Okay. Hi, Eddie. Wait, Eddie, what are you playing? Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. Now, what happened in the last Asian crisis, or what they call the Asian crisis, was that I got some of my best watches in, and I had some of the best discounts. And if we get another crisis, what'll happen is that the watches that they can't sell in Asia are going to come back to places like, um, well, like Joma Shop and Shop Worn, and all of the places that pick up watches that they can't sell. And so I thought, well, hey, this might be an opportunity for us. Oh, cello, okay, how cool. My sources are saying right now it's not Rolex or PP. It's not selling. Um, yeah, Rolex and hey Vegas, Rolex and Patek Philippe will probably, they'll do okay. They always do okay. We'll see. I had there were some good deals in the last one that I found on there were some Patek Philippe's that really did go down. The ones I wanted anyway. There's a certain gondolo that I've been keeping an eye on. So we'll see what happens. Any other thoughts about that? What the big thing is, not only with China, but the watch things have been off also on a Tourbillon. Almost got a Tourbillon. Yeah, those are cool watches. I I tell you, there's this new one I found, a new German. Well, it's not new; it's sort of newish. Uh, and they used to have ETA movements, and they're changing, and they're getting these movements um, that were designed in Dresden. And I'm trying to think, it's UW something or other. But anyway, the person who designed the movement was Marco Lang. And I looked at him, I looked at that movement, and it's really a cool movement. I mean, it's just really gorgeous. Oh, so UGWC, I think it's UW something or other, Clyde. Uh, I'd have to look it up, and anyway, EDC. No, it's not that. It's another one, and it's located in Munich. And this is the guy with all the money that's really putting some dough into Dresden and trying to rebuild that up because Dresden has been the center where a lot of early mechanical things were done. And one of the most important people in this was Marco Lang's father, Rolf Lang. So anyhow, there could be some really interesting things from this company. I'll try to. I got it right around here somewhere, and I just don't know what I did with it. Um, Somewhere on my computer, I'm always pulling stuff up and so forth. Hi, Nelson. Um, so anyway, so let me get some ideas. One of the some of my favorite watch companies always get hit the hardest by these things, primarily H. Moser and Parmigiani. And man, I tell you, uh, there are lots of temptations. Now, other ones, another company that seems to be pretty bulletproof, interestingly enough, is Harboring 2. Harboring 2, they keep selling everything they make. I found out that hi, Neil. I found out today that the Lang and Hein only make 50 watches a year. And, given all of the work that Marco does, you should, Bill, are you familiar with any of the older Frederic Piguet movements? Just bought an older Tank Louis Cartier with the Frederic Piguet caliber 21. I believe it may have been used in older Calatravas. Should you or shouldn't you? I don't know. Don't get simple names. Yeah, on my the original. Let me see. I think it was. No, that wasn't it. Yes, I do have one. I have a Frederic Piguet is in my Vacheron Constantin 1972 version. Hi, Pedro. Version 2. The version 2 of the 1972. And there's a Frederic Piguet in there. And at the time, I think it was one of the smallest mechanical tan wound. It's been great. Keeps perfect time. It was the one, my particular one. The model came out in 1999. Mine was built in 2000. It's got a Frederic Piguet in it. It keeps perfect time. It's got a pretty short range on it, but otherwise it does fine. Hi, Hanover. Neil, today's watchfinder lesson regarding the 321 and Omega Breguet Patek was preserved very well. Okay. Does your 1972 celebrate the Olympics? No, it celebrates something else. It celebrates the Prestige de France. In 1972, Vacheron Constantin was the very first watch company ever to win the Prestige de France. And because of that, they decided, well, we're going to celebrate it with a watch, and that's what it's not the Olympics. Anyhow, wise guy. I have to pretend I don't know what Clyde's talking about. And he pretends I know what I'm talking about. We have a good arrangement going. Okay. Could you get meds for EDC and treat his wife tomorrow? EDC. Who's EDC? I don't know who EDC is. Yeah. I got my beret back. Boy, the other day when I was, today it was up to a nice toasty 46 degrees. And our upstairs, looks like our upstairs furnace went out. And so we got to have somebody come and get it. Everyday carry. I'm not sure what everyday carry is. Okay. Oh, that means the watch you use every day. Electronic dance carnival under electric sky. Okay. All right, guys. Got my, this is my Harry Winston, what's that called? Premier Biretrograde. Okay, so let's back on the topic. What is a watch that you'd like to see have a nice drop? So that you might be interested in getting, if it is indeed the bear market that's being predicted. This was in the article. I read the article in Hod & Key, but they got the data from some other place. Okay, we were up to 59 today. Top went down on my little yellow MR2. Cool. That's if I ever had the top that went down, I'm gonna get a car, Clyde, just for you. And the top is gonna be a soft top, but it's gonna be in the shape of a beret. That'd be cool. I'll tool around. I'll get a Morgan with a beret. Okay, I'd like to see a drop in FP Jorn. Yeah, man, that's one of those other ones that probably is not going to happen, especially the blue. Well, maybe more will become available, but I don't think there's going to be a price drop. I know one guy who was going to get a blue is not going to get it now because of some other things that happened. So he's off the list. I'll put it that way. You don't have to worry about getting behind him on a list. Hey, Daniel, what's up? Omega Speedmaster 57. Tell me what. See, 57, is that the year or is that a model of a movement? I'm not familiar with that. All could drop if we tank too. Yeah, no kidding. Daniel's going to tell me what. Hey, Zach, thoughts on price fluctuation on Grand Seiko? You know, that's a good question, Zachary. I don't have a Grand Seiko. I haven't been watching the price on that. I got a new iPhone, and I have my sound for an email is Forest something like that. Anyway, so sorry about that. Okay, Vegas Milgras. Model with caliber 9300. Okay, thanks. Let's see. What else might drop in price that I would really like to see some really good deals in? See, this is the thing, is that the watches I like, except for those two, the H. Moser and the Parmigiani. I got a feeling, though, they're getting a lot smarter about pricing. H. Mosers have some really reasonable prices now. Parmigiani, their prices for new ones look to be pretty tough. I think they need a more of a middle level one, and I think that would help them a lot. What I'd really like to see is a Parmigiani, the Bugatti aerial light. That would be a great one to have for a driver car. Here's a hint: do not use an AC3 ringtone on your phone. AC3. Okay. I won't do that. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I won't do that. All right, let's see where some other watches. I'm trying to think what some other ones. I know some that may drop, and one I really do like is that Vacheron Constantin Historiques, I think it's 1949, the triple calendar. That is a neat watch, and that thing is dropping within everybody's range. Well, not everybody's range, but those of us who are irresponsible enough to blow money on watches. That's a neat watch. I really like that one. Maybe something will come of that, or something might show up that would be really good. Yeah, Tom, I like them too. The Vacheron, I don't know. I got to think for Vacheron Constantin, but I only I have a sort of a really narrow range of them that I like. I like my every Vacheron Constantin I have has a date with it. There's a 1972, and then I have the Historiques 1921, and the one I like is a 1949. So, okay. Hey, Stephen, how you doing? So let's see. Does anybody know about the Zachary asked about the price fluctuation on the Grand Seiko? Does anybody know about Grand Seikos? That's another brand that I know of, but I really don't know that much about. I think Grand Seikos are gorgeous looking watches, so they have some really nice watches. I know The only thing I don't like about a Grand Seiko, and this is my own idiosyncrasy, is the high beat. The high beat, you'll get super accurate time, and that's really cool and everything. But that's not the way I'd like to get super accurate time. I'd like to get it another way, namely with super craftsmanship and a slow beat, 2.5 hertz, something like that. But that's me. That's just, that's my, like I said, that's my own idiosyncrasy, and it's got nothing to do with sort of our collective irresponsibility in in collecting archaic technology. Um, yeah, the 1921 is a cool watch. That's a very interesting one. The only, I was looking at my 1921 today. I'm doing a embrace the spring drive. Yeah, okay. There's the go ahead and embrace it. I'll embrace the slow beat. Hey, Abdul, how's it going? Man, it must be late there, Abdul. I'm sorry about this too. I was just sort of thinking about some stuff. I thought, well, it'd be sort of fun to have a little chat about, maybe if there is a downturn in the in a bear market, that all of us can get something that we'd like around midnight. Okay, all right. Well, now I'm gonna have to. If I stayed up that late, I'd get in trouble with my wife. Anyhow, okay, let's see. When the economy gives the Swiss watch brand some lemon, it's time to squeeze some tasty lemonade. There you go. That's a great analogy. That's what happened last time. Boy, that Asian crisis was, you know, I don't want to get into politics, but so we got. I don't think Larry Moe and Curly could have screwed things up more than we got right now. Sort of fun to watch in a sort of a almost masochistic, suicidal way. That's another story though. Let's talk about some other brands. What brands are the most susceptible to getting hit? Now, like I mentioned before, Patek Philippe and Rolex seem to do pretty well. They weather a lot of different storms. And there's, and I don't know to what extent the Asian market picks up a lot of those watches, but I know it picks up quite a few. And we're not talking about Asian market in general. We're talking really specific about China, which is a huge part of that. Um, let me see, saving up for my next piece, hopefully after Baselworld World 2019. Richemont and Swatch already seem to be not doing too well. Yeah, I know. Richemont is the one that sort of interesting. By the way, on Friday, I got the video we're having is on a watch that I had seen about 3 or 4 years ago. I saw a store of them when I was in Rostock, Germany, and I've been wondering about them. So I'm going to cover that on Friday. Okay, making sure just to keep ahead of my bills so that when my Aquanaut comes, I'll be ready to pay for it. Yeah. Did you order, Rich? Did you order an Aquanaut and you're waiting now for it to be delivered, and so you have to? That's what you can do. They had a 6% increase in sales this year. They had. I think there was a curve, and I think in the last quarter of 2018 it was down 6%. So we'll see. I don't know if it was who had the 6% increase, Neil. I don't think it was Richemont. Manuel sounds good to Clive. Panerai. Do I have hard limits on how much? We all have hard limits in terms of what we can afford, I guess. Obsessive compulsive composing disorder. Hello from England. Hi, England. Uh, Omega and Cartier are big in China. Well, that might be some opportunities in those brands. Mind if I call you OCD? Let's see. I think Panerai, Breitling, Tag Heuer, and Omega will take a hit. I think some makes will find it hard. The limits aren't as hard as they used to be. Yeah, that's Clyde. That's a good way of putting it. Mine get mine get punched in the stomach, or see something shiny, and suddenly my limits go. Well, let me see. I bet I could make that up. I'll eat cheese sandwiches for 6 months. Okay, it's been 15 months since I ordered it. I bought it before the price hike. Way to go, Rich. And when it gets here, suck it up and enjoy it. I used not to like the Aquanaut, and now I really like the Aquanaut. I like the Aquanaut a lot. It's really funny on certain watches I used not to like. Now I like them, and I have no idea why. I mean, of course, I have no idea why I started collecting watches either. But that's uh, that's one of those things. Um, Zenith. Oh yes, Zenith is one of those brands that's they have some really solid movements. That's what I like about Zenith, and it's not necessarily the new Defy Labs ones. Those are really special, but Zenith also has a really good movement in both the Elite and the El Primero. Hi, Michael or Michal. If you can afford it, but say no to a watch out of principle. Principle's not a bad. I've got no principles. I'm a watch collector. That was we. That's it's not the principle. It's nor the interest. It's really what you can afford. I got. You can either afford the watch or a divorce lawyer. You got to figure that out. You had to collect watches when your wife made you throw away your Kennedy tape drives and boxes of punch cards. I miss my punch cards. Uh, oh, yeah, I don't Vegas. Yeah, we're not exactly in the dumps. I'm sure you're right about that. Okay, I only have one principle now. I try not to have any pieces in common with Archie Luxury. Well, Archie's got a couple good ones in there. I've always liked that big reversal. Well, he used to have. I don't know what he has. I haven't watched Archie in a long time. So okay, had to collect watches. Yeah. Um, Javier, there's something that's called vagueness. I'm vague about all value of my collection. That's uh wow. They're not taking any more orders. Well, it's a good thing you got your order for your Nautilus then. Hi, Mohammed. Uh Great. I'm glad you made it today. Vague Vogue. Yeah. that's a good way of putting it. I think we all do that to some extent. The only time I had this one watch that it it tripled in price and it was expensive to begin with. And so, boom. Hey, Eddie. Uh, hey, guys, don't worry about your social class. Worry about your passions. Oh, yeah, that Langenheim. God, that is a good watch. I got it right here, as a matter of fact. Just happened to have it. Let me see if I can show it to you. That watch, man, I tell you, the the front of it, it's got this really nice lacquer on it, and then it's got the blued hands. But the part I like the best is the back, and it's got that trigonal bridge, and you can see all the movement. And it's all in gold. It's really a lot of fun to look at. Yeah, Vegas, we are blessed. We may be brainless, but we're blessed, I think. Uh, okay. Watch blessed. Try to find a vintage Cartier tank for my wife for grill, and she insists she'd really go on vacation. That's one of the things I got to do is that I've got to look our when we're taking our next trip and versus whether I can get a watch. How hard was it to find? By the way, let me tell you, I got lucky on my watch. I just dumb luck. But let me tell you who got even luckier was a guy, Adam. Adam has one too. He got there's two that have the same movement. One's called the Frederick II, and it's got Arabic numbers, and the other one's called the Frederick III, and it's got Roman numerals. Now, in the Frederick III, I think the gold version has these really fancy hands and everything. Mine are, I think they're called, mine are called spade hands. They have the end of the hands look like a spade on a ace of spades. So, is it still worthwhile to get vintage Rolex? Man, I tell you, I don't know. The thing is if I'm not going to enjoy it, why get it at all? I have I really like my vintage um, Monoretropont by Beauvais, but that's got a special feature to it. That's the Monoretropont. That's another watch that I'm going to be looking for is a nice Retropont. Um, my ideal one would be the Harboring 2, that new one, that Doppel Felix. Oh, that's a nice one, but I'd probably have to sell my current Felix so I could afford the new Felix, and I don't want to sell my Felix, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Hi, Kurt. How you doing? Hey, Bill. Hey, how are you? Uh, oh, I tell you, one of the things I've been doing, I've been putting off, but it's sort of fun. I've been working on my watch, and the working on it's got a California dial on it, and it's a pretty nice California dial. The problem I'm having is getting the second hand on. You've got this little post for the second hand. You got to get it on there just right, and so that's been a real challenge. So I'm going to try. I'm going to get a needle and put through the hand, and then stick it on the top of the post, and then take the tweezers, those pointy tweezers, and press it down just enough to get it to stick, and then I can easy to pull the pin out. And then what I'll do is that I have a hand setting tool, and then I can take the hand setting tool and get it in there really good. But I don't know. We've been having this crazy weather. We had a big snowstorm, and it got really cold, and it got warm, and we had ice this morning. That was our backyard had about 4 or 5 inches of snow, and then on top it had pure ice. And then it went up to 40 something degrees. We had an avalanche come off our roof, which was sort of fun to watch. Uh, yeah, I know. Yeah, that's Rattrapone. I love those things. How many watches you still having in your collection? What about making a video in your collection? Yeah, Mohammed, you're right. I've got I'm having my 200th video coming up, I think next week. And for my 200th video, what I'll do is that I'll have a state of the collection and have everything. I only got, I think since the last one, I think I've only got added 3 watches and taken away one. I've got to do a lot. I've got to do some stuff with my collection. One I got on the trade. The one I got. This is my Christian Vanderklau, and this watch is, Yeah, it's just a pretty watch. I like it too. I like to wear it too. I like to wear all of my watches. This one, I don't wear as much as I should, and it's a nice watch. This is one of those watches I think, well, I don't wear it as much as I should. Maybe I ought to trade it, but I don't think I ever will. And I'll tell you why. Um, it's a Harry Winston, which isn't famous, high FLP. But the thing about it is, hi Ramstein. Um, the thing about that, it's got that Agenhor. I say Agenhor. It's not the way to say it. It's Agenhor, something like that. Anyway, it's um, Jean-Marc Viderec. He was the guy who designed it. And the way I found out about it, I wrote him and I said, I understood you did this, and they sent me the diagram for the retrograde in this watch and said, yeah, we did it. It was really cool. They're really cool people. Okay, Hodnke should interview you with your collection. Oh man, I don't think so. There's so many really great collections. Um, yeah, I got that thing. Man, I can believe it. In 200 videos. It'll be coming up, and that's when I'll have my has their own agenda. They do indeed. How do you rotate your watches? Do you wear them in rotation or just as you fancy? Boy, Vegas, that's such a good question. I think it's sort of a combination of both. I have to force myself to stop wearing certain watches, otherwise I'll wear them all the time. My favorite watches to wear right now, today, I have two. One is my new Lang and Hein. I just love wearing that watch. And the other one is my FP Journe Chronomet Souverain. They're both simple watches. I mean, they're time only, and the only thing different about the FP Journe is that it's got a power reserve indicator on it, but otherwise it's just a plain watch. Hey, Kim Soo Yum. What will the illumination crisis do to beret availability? I'm very concerned about that, Clyde. I have no idea. I just don't know. I stay up at night and worry about those things. Okay, I do wear my watches in rotation, one watch per day, so each watch gets some love. I even change straps every month or so. That's a good idea. Changing straps. If you change your straps, man, you get a new watch. I got a black strap. The other one that came with it, the original one, is sort of a tan one. It looked very nice too. But I got a new gator, sort of a red and black gator for my Parmigiani hemispheres. That's another watch. I just love that watch. I don't know. I don't really have too many I don't like anymore. I mean, I feel bad about some because I like them, but I don't wear them. Hey, Stephen, start selling autograph berets to fund your next exposition. No, these things, I tell you, they're good berets are hard to find. This is the ones I get are made of wool. And we were in Barcelona last summer. I think, yeah, it was last summer. And we went to a hat store. They had a really cool hat store in Barcelona, and they only had one of these left. And they said they're not going to make them anymore. And this was made by somebody special. So, I don't wear just any beret, not something you get with a Halloween costume or something. Hey, Michael, how you doing? Johnny. Hi, Johnny. Johnny Bangkok from Thailand. Man, what time is it there? Is it early in the morning in Bangkok? 6 a.m. Oh, wow. That's cool. Like a France guy. Listen, my French is so bad. I love French. I love all languages that I can't speak. My God, I tell you, I think I used to go to Mexico a lot, and my Spanish was so bad, I think people would automatically learn English just so you didn't have to listen to my Spanish. But I try. I love every language, but I have I have a hearing loss, and so I've always had a hearing loss, and as a result, my pronunciation is just really bad. 4 a.m. there, man. You're up early, Mohammed. Special Forces Edition berets. Nah, no, no. I'm not really not into the military berets. Um, in Lahore, cool. Hi, Ramstein. Austria has why Austria's got the watch company in Austria, Harboring 2, makes such great watches. I'm surprised there aren't more. Well, there may be more that I don't know about, but boy, do I like that. Caliber 3151. Hi, how you doing? Will you ever buy a Rolex? If so, which one? I definitely want one. Yes, indeed. I want to get the Cellini, or it's called the Rolex Cellini Prince. I really like that. I love the movement in that. I love the fact that you can see it. That's a cool, cool watch. One of the things I liked it to begin with, when I took this course that the Horological Society of New York had, the guy who taught the course had when I saw what a cool watch that was. So yeah, if I get a Rolex, it'll be that one. But there's so many Rolexes. I actually do like Rolexes. I'm not one of these Rolex haters. I like the Milgauss. I love the Milgauss with a little lightning bolt for a minute or a second hand. There are a lot of them I like, but the problem is there are other watches I sort of like better at when it comes down to something. But that doesn't mean I don't like them. What else do I like? I like lots of them. So don't get me wrong. The one I've come to like, a Rolex I really come to like, and it probably the gaudiest one they have is a Yachtmaster. I like that watch. I don't know why. I mean, it's one of those things. Steve, better than sleep. Okay. Sort of. Now, I've been told I'm a cure for insomnia. I put people to sleep. The new Rolex Cellinis, but they're just way too much. Yeah. A lot of the Cellinis, okay. Hey, Zachary, what are you rolling your eyes about? See, as long as it's not a Master 2. I don't know. I don't know Rolex that well. There are so many really sharp Rolex people. One of the reasons I don't talk about Rolex is that everybody knows more about Rolexes than I do. So why should I say anything about them? And the other stuff I like, hey, Alman. So, you leave to someone from Connecticut. Yeah. Well, this is, well, I don't live in Greenwich, Yeah, okay. Rolling your eyes about the yacht man. Well, I just like it. I saw a blue one and I thought, wow, that's a nice looking. I don't have a lot, but I'm not a boat person. I'm not a boat person at all. I would never buy a boat. I used to have an airplane. I am an airplane. I love flying. I haven't done it for quite a while now, but I tell you, I love flying. Best place I can imagine to fly is I used to fly down in Mexico, and man, that was fun. God, I love flying down there. Anyway, well, listen, I tell you, we're out of time, and I want to thank all of you guys for coming. I'm sorry I did this at the last minute like this, but I thought, wow, here's something really interesting, really topical that you might be, you might like only spend 5,000 for a nice dress watch, which is what, yeah, that'd be cool too. What would I choose for a nice dress watch? And I don't know. There's so many I would choose. One I'd like to spend $5,000 on, but it would be more, and it's Patek Philippe Gondolo. I think it's 5124, something like that. But it's really a cool watch. But it's only midnight. Okay, guys. We'll see you on Friday then. Take care.